Hello, people. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I think that's bright enough. I'm getting the light off there, so I suppose I should have done the lighting with my phone, but I couldn't be bothered. Right. Um, Welcome to tonight's broadcast. I've not, I've not done a video for quite a while. At the moment, I'm listening to the Doors. You might be able to hear it in the background, but I doubt it because I've got this microphone on, and I've got my neck is killing me. I used to think that I got a bad neck because I was drinking alcohol, and then I'd fall asleep in a stupor and just be sleeping in a really uncomfortable position. But I think I slept in the uncomfortable position last night, and it's bloody killing me. It's like trying to turn my neck. Um, yeah, just an update. It's been a while. Um, 90, 96 days sober today. And I mean that on the 19th of this month, it was 4 months, 4 calendar months, sober. So I think I've been doing quite well. Yep. um, I'm doing this thing called Go Sober for October, and I'm gonna put it in the well. I don't know if I'm gonna put it in the description once it's already started, but I'm gonna put a link to it. What Go Sober for October is. It's for a charity called Macmillan Cancer Support, and it's a UK charity, as far as I know. I'm not sure if they have it in any other countries, but I've done Go Sober for October before, many times actually, but I stopped about 3 years ago. Actually, probably I stopped about 4 or 5 years ago, mainly because after the initial raising a lot of money, I think I raised a couple £100 the first time I did it. It just went down and down and down. And I think the last time I did it, I'd only raised about 30, 40 quid. So it wasn't worth carrying on with it. But yeah, of course, I'm going to go sober for October. So if anybody wants to sponsor me for that, that'd be great. And you'd be helping out a really, really worthwhile charity. I prefer, as it stands at the moment, I'm not going to go into politics or any of that bollocks, but as it stands at the moment, I'm more of a supporter of Macmillan Cancer Support than I am of Cancer Research UK, mainly because we seem to be throwing a lot of money at research and perhaps not enough money at actually helping people who've already got cancer. And we don't seem to be getting very far in curing it. So anyway, that's a serious thing. I would like to think, because what it is, they used to be called the Macmillan nurses, and you kind of knew when somebody had cancer because they'd rock up on the doorstep, and they offer support not only to the person with cancer but to their family as well. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm going sober for October. Although by the time we get to October, I'll have been sober probably for 5.5 months. Anyway, yes, 4 months, 96 days. Yeah, I'm not desperately in need of a drink. I don't think I've been to a pub since the last time I spoke. I can't remember when the last time I spoke was, but I've not been to a pub since then. I'm thinking about probably one day this week just nipping to the pub and doing a bit of writing, but I just have to see how that goes, because I don't know. With all of this coronavirus shit that's going on, it just feels a bit cold going to a pub. You know, you've got to sign a fucking book to say you've been there and everything, and it's not really worth it. So, yeah. So the going sober is going fine, I think. I'm quite pleased that I've probably shot a few people right up the arsehole that actually thought that I'd never ever be able to remain sober, but I have done. No, that's the other thing I'm going to talk about. Kind of emotional turmoil that drives some people to drink, and it used to drive me to alcohol as well. Because could have been anything in my case, just a, a bad phone call with an idiot, or something more serious. Um, you know, it was always my go-to whenever I got stressed or wound up or any of those things. Um, but yeah, a lot's been going on in House Martin. There are a few stressful things. I I'm pretty certain. Um, well, I'm going to be getting an eviction notice soon, so that's number one. That stresses me out. Uh, oh yeah, I can't really argue with it, but there you go. So I just got to put up with it. That hasn't driven me to drink. Um, now we there's been good things and there's been shitty things that have gone over the last few weeks. Or since I spoke to you last. Um, we have a new member of the family, uh, and it's a little tiny dog called Tinkerbell. And considering how small she is, she's very courageous. Um, and she's starting to basically become one of the family now. In fact, first day we brought her home, she didn't seem fussed at all. She just trotted around the house like she owned the place. Um, so yeah, that's a good thing. Something quite bad is happening at the moment, uh, for the missus, and it's it's really stressful for her. It's also really stressful for me, but in different way. I'm I'm finding that I'm having moments of insecurity, moments of anger, not directed at the missus, but yeah, but moments of anger, moments of frustration, and none of that has driven me to alcohol. So that's the positive I can take from it. It's I'm finding it difficult to be really supportive because I've got like my own issues that I'm dealing with. So I feel like I'm being quite selfish at the moment. But um, I, the way I would have dealt with something like this, uh, even like a year ago, but more like probably 10 years ago when I was even more irresponsible. But the way I would ordinarily have dealt with something like this would have been to go and give somebody a really massive kicking. Um, but obviously I can't do that. I think there are times in our lives when most of us would like to give somebody a bloody good slap, um, for want of a better phrase, but we generally don't. So yeah, I'm working through my own shit with my counsellor, um, and I'm trying to be there for the missus as well. But it is it is quite difficult. Um, but yeah, and I find that I'm doing a lot of I'm doing there's a lot of splitting there. It's like well, I can't really go into detail, um, but yeah, it's like I'm feeling like yeah, there's a lot of you're either with me or you're against me sort of thing. Um, but the reality is, and I'll be kind of candid here. The reality is that that for reasons which make absolutely no sense whatsoever to me, um, my missus has been disowned by pretty much her entire family. And I mean, I personally think that they're all a bunch of rat bastards for that. I think there's no other phrase I can use to to define what they've done. Um, I think you see, people used to describe me as being manipulative, and even my missus said that she thought that I could be manipulative, and yeah, I think most of us can be manipulative, if I'm being honest, so to one degree or another. But with the art of manipulation is generally, if you want to manipulate somebody into doing something, you give it a good old go, and if it don't work, well, then you have to move on. It's as simple as that. Um, you certainly don't throw your toys out the pram if that individual doesn't do what you want them to do. Um, you can be disappointed, but at the end of the day, people my age and a few years younger, because the missus is a few years younger than me, um, we're kind of old enough to make our own decisions, our own choices in life, and somebody can give you their opinion. I mean, it's it's often couched in terms of giving advice, and nobody is qualified to give advice. Not even a fucking counsellor is qualified to give advice. But but yeah, I, I can say this quite freely because basically because I don't give a shit about offending anybody. But yeah, I find myself kind of despising the wife's family for not only for what they've done, but just for the way they are. Um, when you've got somebody basically insulting their mother and saying that their therapist told them to do it, that's just fucking disgraceful. For starters, we don't have therapists in this country. We have counsellors. A therapist is basically what they have in America, and therapists can can prescribe medication for mental health things. Um, they can't prescribe it for everything, but they can do it for that. They're pretty much like psychiatrists. But yeah, any counsellor who tells you that you should do something is a bit of a shit counsellor. It's as simple as that. I I am getting sick and tired of people walking all over my wife, and it's it's difficult, and it has been difficult in the past when I've seen people walking over her. Um, it's been difficult to actually keep myself calm when I see that. I, I mean, I can remember one time with my first wife before we got married. Um, I was upstairs in the bedroom. We were round mum's house. I was upstairs in the bedroom, and she wasn't my wife at the time, but she went downstairs to I don't know, to fetch something, probably some food or a drink or something. And I heard her brother starting an argument with her, and this was just after her dad had died. It's about a week after, and and he called my first wife, my fiance at the time, although none of her family wanted me to be her fiance. But he called her a lazy bastard or something like that, and this came after she'd spent virtually every night caring for her father, who was dying of cancer, um, and she was doing the vast majority of the work. And as soon as I heard him say that, I just I just fucking lost it. This is how how I can just dive off at the deep end. I reckon I must have been down the bottom of them stairs, even before he'd finished calling her a lazy bastard, and I basically um, grabbed him by the front of his shirt. He was sitting down, and I was like pulling him up to his feet, and something just kind of stopped me, and I think it was like the brakes went on, and I think it was obviously because they were still supposed to be in mourning. So I basically said to him, "I'm gonna give you a pass this time, but if you ever fucking speak to my girlfriend like that again, I'm gonna put your fucking head through the window." And that wasn't the first time. First time um, I had to do that to him. I had to do it another time when he insulted her, and basically I just kicked his bedroom door open and laid into him. What I'm trying to say is I can't do that now. I can't do that. I can't. Much as I'd love to fucking tell some people some fucking home truths, and all these people being so self-righteous, and all these fucking snobby bastards basically trying to tell my wife what to do. I I can't really launch into them, mainly because I'm never going to see them again. I've got no interest in seeing them again. I think they're all, like I say, rat bastards. But but yeah, I part of me is this sounds terrible. Part of me is happy that they've disowned her, that they've because she won't do what they tell her to do. Part of me's happy because that way they won't be able to manipulate her again and use her. There was a lot of occasions where she was being used, and this kind of a when somebody gets into that mindset of allowing themselves to be used, and allowing themselves to be influenced, it it it's like it's a vicious cycle. You know, you're just constantly stuck into that thing, and you I can't really speak anymore about what's going on. Like I say, just the fact that the reason I got onto this topic was that um, pretty much unfortunately for the missus, I am the only person that's actually around to in a family sort of sense uh, to to support her through what's happening, and and it's it's really tough for me. Um, but yeah, I've got to push through it. I've got to try to be stronger than what I have been and kind of push through it. But but yeah, it's emotionally it's getting more different, more difficult to actually uh, stay on track. The good thing is that it's not nothing that's happened over the last few weeks has driven me to alcohol, and it won't in the future. That boat has already sailed. You know, I've quit alcohol, and that's the end of it. I, going off on a tangent. Just while I remember, I am going to find an AA meeting locally because part of me wants that experience of attending a meeting. It's it's an experience that I can use when I put pen to paper about something. Um, but more than that, I just want to see what kind of support network us alcoholics have, um, and possibly, although I have given up being altruistic and I've got no intention of basically helping every Tom, Dick, or Harry, or allowing my house to be turned into some kind of flop house. Um, I would I would like to help somebody else, but somebody that's probably just needs a little bit more help than what than what I've needed. Um, but yeah, I just thought I'd give people an update. Still sober, still feeling good about being sober. Not desiring a drink at all. I drink a lot of fizzy drinks now. I was drinking a lot of fizzy drinks before. It just so happened they were alcoholic. But so so yeah, I'm not gonna keep you any longer. I think I've spoken for long enough. But yeah, I'm I'm hoping to um, see my psychiatrist again. Maybe just to give him like an update on the things that are stressing me and the psychological problems that I'm having. But yeah, I feel on the whole I feel good. It's just I have moments of bouts of depression, and and yeah, sometimes that's hard to kind of push through. I'm not getting nowhere near as depressed as I used to, and also I'm not getting nowhere near as angry. I think because I've stopped drinking, and because I'm on still on meds. I think both of those aspects have kind of helped me. Um, so don't get me wrong, I can have my moments, uh, but I haven't lost the plot in a long time. I've got angry about things. Um, I've felt angry about things as well, but you know what? I think there's ways of dealing with shit without getting angry, without getting abusive towards anybody. There's ways of dealing with shit. Um, so you know, I don't really want to. I really need to fucking stop letting arseholes and people who don't know me, and even people that do know me, stop letting people fucking wind me up because I I'm too old for anybody's opinions to influence me. You know, it's like fuck off, enough, shut your trap. Um, I, no, actually, I don't mean that. I just need to stop letting people wind me up. Anyway, look, I'm coming to the end of this first side. It's the Doors' "LA Woman" album. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do a bit of writing, a bit of work. So yeah, that's me all done. Thank you for thank you for listening, or watching, whatever. And if you've not been watching or listening, well, you don't know what you've missed. So so yeah, I'm going to see you guys. Remember what I always say: stay safe, um, and yeah, keep calm, and carry on. And I will put in the description below, or probably in the comments, a link to my Go Sober for October thing, where you can donate money to charity if you're that way inclined. I don't I don't care if you just donate a quid. You know, everything helps. I mean, I'm only going to donate a quid, um, as a joke. I'm going to see how much everybody else donates, and then I'm going to try and match it. So there's a challenge. So anyway, thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I'm going to speak to you next time.